Hey gang, Phil Grove here. I'm checking out a little deal I'm about to do, or I'm at least considering doing. This was brought to me by a wholesaler here in East Austin. Kind of an interesting project. It was a house that was, I guess, rebuilt in 2009 and was never finished. Now, the story that I got was that the house burned down and they, built a new house on the site. But upon further inspection, it's pretty obvious that this is not a new house, even though there's pieces of it that are new. You can see the metalwork here is clearly 40 years old. It's got a pier and beam foundation underneath the house. It does have new electrical that looks pretty good, but let's go ahead and look inside. Now, as I open up the door, I'm going to be a little pokey here because I'm actually hobbling along on crutches from a little accident I had. You can see on the inside of the house, and wish there was a little more light. Let's see if I can get any more light here. Here we go. You can see, first of all, they put a kitchen here. Number one, there's no dishwasher. It's not a very well planned kitchen. Number two, the workmanship is absolutely horrendous. Somebody made brand new cabinets out of pieces of plywood, and I swear my 3-year-old could do a better job at carpentry. These are worse than worthless because if there was nothing here, at least I wouldn't have to rip something out. But the fact that they built, out of really cheap pieces of spare wood, some cabinetry is truly remarkable. I have no idea what they were thinking. They put countertops in here. They used what looks like drywall spackle to put a sink in, and of course all of the cabinetry is again made out of uneven old pieces of plywood. Now again, they told me the house was torn down and replaced. I know that can't be true because I see a gas line sticking out of the house. I see that in a couple of different places. They don't do that on new houses anymore. It does have new windows, but again, just looking all through the house, you can see everything that was done wrong. The vinyl floors, this is vinyl that's supposed to look like wood, peeling up. All the flooring in the kitchen is peeling up. All the flooring in the hallway is peeling up. All of the sheetrock work, if you look at it, it's all wavy and uneven. This looks like somebody literally hired somebody at $3 an hour who had no idea what they were doing, and they did all the work. Now, here's a brand new shower and surround, and good for them. They spent some money putting in a brand new surround, but the tile work is just horrendous. And you can see they never put an edge, so the backer board sticks out from the tile. There's no real way to fix that. I mean, I guess you could maybe kind of sort of put a new tile edge treatment on that. I'm not sure. This is clearly an original tub, not a new tub, because I see rust around some of the openings. And again, wow, look at this, more homemade wood cabinetry. None of the doors were hung right. They have these nice new doors, but they were not hung right, so none of them open or close. And more tile is peeling up on the floors. You can see around the electrical outlets, they cut the boxes too big. You can see more doors that are brand new doors, but were not hung right. And here's another gas pipe sticking out from the wall, another signal that this was clearly not new construction like I was told. This was some sort of reconstruction. And then somebody did some, and it's probably hard to see on this camera, but there's just weird spackle, all over the walls. And I've never seen sheetrock like this. I don't think this was intentional. Normally in this part of the country have textured walls, which is normal. But this was some sort of a texturing job done by somebody who probably has no idea how to texture walls. I mean, it just looks like he tried to get clever and just kind of splatter, wet, sheetrock paste onto the walls and paint over it. So it really looks, cheap and just not done right. So the question you have with a house like this is, what do you do with this? Clearly, this house was not built right. There's one other thing I can't really show you easily, but I have a report that was done. The house never passed an inspection, so it never had gotten a certificate of occupancy after it was built in 2009. Now, after I walk around and look at the inside, I think to myself, well, not surprising, because clearly the house was not done very well. The particular inspection that it never passed was the foundation inspection. We did get a foundation bid, and it looks like, that was the original foundation, or the rebuilt whatever foundation, was not done right, and therefore needs a bunch more work. I see multiple layers of roof, even though it's a new roof. I see what looks like sheathing that was used for roofing material, so it's the wrong kind. Doesn't have the plywood roof sheathing as it's supposed to have. I see the drip edge doesn't exist in some areas, and it's the wrong kind in other areas. All of these little signals, as I look around, they all tell me the same thing. And then, of course, the house is a really, really ugly color. So the one thing they did right is they put hardy plank on the majority of the outside of the house, and they painted it, but unfortunately they picked the one color in the world that even in eclectic, funky Austin, you couldn't possibly sell a house that's this ugly. So here's what I'm finding as I look at all this stuff.